What's going on, man? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Chris Lee, a desk workers fitness coach, and today we're gonna go through phase 2 workout 1, exactly how to work out without spending your life in the gym, and also made for guys who sit behind a desk all day. Let's get after it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with a warm-up. It only takes 5 minutes, and it's hitting the exact muscles you need to be working on from a guy that sits behind a desk all day. So we're gonna start off with a McGill Crunch. You're just gonna lay down, make a diamond underneath your lower back, one knee up, and we're gonna alternate sides. What we're gonna do is you're gonna think about crunching and exhaling at the same time, pushing every spinal vertebrae up. Try and get your shoulders to your waist. Fully exhale, and then come back down. You see me shaking because I'm not warmed up yet. So the whole point is to get the shakes out. And if this is hard, you'll notice that you'll probably go like this far without trying to use your hips. And so just do the best as you can until you can't ravel the spine anymore. I'll do 5 each side. You'll notice I'll start shaking as I do this more and more. And then we switch sides. You also want to think the heel that's down, the leg that's straight, drive into the floor. Now you move on to the side plank. What we're gonna do is have your elbow down in line with your shoulder, legs straight, and then you're gonna come up high as you can. Now if this is too hard, you're gonna start off on your knees and just hold for 30 seconds each side, okay? Make sure you do not collapse at any given point, as high as you can, squeezing your hips and the core. All right, so now for the last one of the McGill Big 3, you're gonna do a bird dog. So you get on all fours, having your wrists, elbows, shoulders all in a straight line. Your hands, make sure you're dispersing your force against the fingertips and the palm, not just laying it flat. And then you wanna make sure your knees and your hips are also in a straight line. Knees spread out, shoulder width. And from here, you're gonna drive the opposite hand and opposite foot to the floor. Push as hard as you can. Inhale into your stomach and do opposite limbs up at the same time. Hold without moving your back. You wanna imagine as if like a glass of wine is on your back and you don't wanna spill it. Or something very precious that you do not want breaking. Inhale, hold breath. Exhale. Make sure everything is nice and straight at the top position. If this is too difficult, you can just move one limb at a time. But whatever's touching the floor, you want to drive into the floor as hard as you can. You want to go for about 5 each side, or 10 total. All right, so the last one on the floor is diaphragmatic breathing. So a lot of us who sit behind a desk, what we do is we breathe up into our lungs, and that's not good for bracing and keeping your core stable while you're working out. It also just brings up a lot of stress because you're using a lot of muscles around the neck. So what we're gonna do is, you can take any weight, I just have this one that's closest to me, and you're gonna put it on your stomach. What you're gonna do is try to think about pushing it up, away from you on the inhale. Okay, so you're gonna inhale for about 4 seconds, push this ball away or weight, and then exhale nice and slow for also a 4-second count. And it's focusing on the stomach getting the air, okay? Here's lay nice down nice and softly. You can close your eyes if you like. I'll move my hand just so you guys can see the ball. What we're gonna do is you're gonna inhale. Hold breath, push, 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 exhale. One more time. Do this wrong, and you see the ball will not move at all. So you want to replicate this because every lift will be like this. So when we do the Romanian Deadlift later, you'll see me go inhale, hold breath as I lift, and then exhale to make sure my core is nice and strong. If this is also too difficult or you do not have a weight, you can also do it on your stomach. And you can see as I do this, and when I inhale, you see my whole body raise. Ready? And if I do it wrong, nothing rises. This is the foundation of breathing in lifting, especially for the big lifts. So we gotta make sure we nail this down. So we're moving up to the shoulders, and a lot of us have this posture where it's rounded forward, so we gotta do everything to open it up and get ourselves nice and loose. So this is called a pull-up assistance band. You can use any other band that you like, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is to start off going a dislocator. So the thicker it is, the harder it is. And what you wanna do is put your thumb through the loop to make it the easiest possible. Try to keep your body nice and tight. Make sure you're even as you go across. Touch your hips, then touch your butt and come back nice and controlled. So from the side, it looks like this. You don't want to overarch and compensate, or you don't want to go left. You don't want to go left and right as you come across, nice and tight. Now, if that was too easy, you can just go in on the band, and you do it like I do. You can pull it apart a little bit, and then come nice and tight as you go across. This might be hard for some of you, so make sure that you take it nice and slow as you do so. You have about 5 or 10 reps. And now we're gonna do some pull apart. So with the same band, what you wanna do is you're gonna want to grab a portion of it where there's tension. You don't ever want it to be loose at any given point. What you're gonna do is you can keep your shoulder blades nice and forward. And then what you wanna do is you wanna pull the band apart while pulling your shoulder blades back, squeezing and holding, and then coming back forward. So from the side, you'll notice that my shoulder blades are a little bit forward, and I start to squeeze everything back and down. And that's considered 1 rep. You wanna go for about 10 reps here, 1 set. Do it incorrectly, you use your upper neck. Okay? Now do the same thing underhand for 10 reps. Make sure you really think about reaching forward with your shoulder blades or into bad posture, so to speak, without obviously moving any other part of your back. It's called the hip 90-90. And what we're gonna do is open up both sides of the hip. What we're gonna do is create 2 90-degree angles with the torso nice and straight. So sternum, middle of the chest lines up with the front of the knee. 2 90-degree angles. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna try to keep your chest nice and tall. Now, if you already start to cramp, it's okay. You can come down, like so, and just sit in this position. If you're able to, start from here or come out a little bit wider. So the harder it is, the higher you're sitting up nice and tall. What I'm gonna do is from here, you're going to just lean forward with a straight back as you come forward and go as far as you can handle without rounding your back. Otherwise, I could just do that all day, but the whole point is keep it straight as you go. Breathing into your stomach. This is as far as I can go, so even I'm pretty wound up from sitting down behind my desk all day. And then coming back up. Do that for about 3 reps. You're gonna hold for about 5 seconds. You should feel a stretch right in the glute area, and then coming back up. Ooh, then by 3rd, 4th rep, you're nice and open, you're getting looser and looser. Now, while you're here, that back leg, lift up this back ankle without shifting your body weight any way, shape, or form. So you'll see as I'll lift it up. This is as far as I can handle, and I'm gonna try to think about getting this all the way up to here. Not possible for me, but this is as much as I can handle. If you cramp at any point, it's okay. Just stop, recalibrate, give yourself a second. And if you can't lift it up, go onto your elbow, chest nice and tall, and lift it up. You'll notice I can do a little bit more. And the whole point is that you're waking this up. One of the rotators of the hip. Before we start this workout, we're gonna explain the rules of the game. So for compound exercises or exercises that hit more than 1 muscle group, we're gonna be hitting 8 to 10 reps for 3 sets. And then if you would like to superset because you're short on time, you can, okay? We gotta make sure that they hit opposite muscle groups. And then, in terms of isolations, we're going for 10 to 15 reps. Now, for everything, we're going 1 to 2 reps from technical failure, or when you cannot do another 1 or 2 good reps. These will also be 3 sets each. Now, if you have more time, or you're like me, it's a little bit more advanced, then you can add 4 sets just so you get enough volume. So the first exercise is the 1-arm row. Now, I know my working weights, but let's just say you don't. What you're gonna wanna do is you wanna start even lighter than what you think, do about 5 or 6 reps, just really get the feel of it. So I'm gonna grab, see for me, I know this is light. This is about half the weight that I normally do. So in terms of the setup, what I'm gonna do is hand on, straight line, sit back a little bit, feet nice and based. The big point here is to make sure your back is flat. You don't want to rotating, you want to dip nice and straight. You want your arm to be able to fully extend and grab. Now I want you to think about bringing your elbows to your waist, coming back down nice and slow. Do not over rotate like you're ripping a lawnmower. So as you pull, nice and straight, pull. You might hit your own thigh, it's okay. Come down nice and slow, full stretch. And you're gonna do this for about 4, 5, 6 reps. The whole point is just that you're just getting loose, getting your brain ready, and also getting your blood nice and warm. If you need another warm up, you can keep incrementally jumping. I recommend about 2 sets of warm up. So maybe I go up to like 70 here, and then now I'll go for a working set. Working set 1, I'm doing 100 pounds, and I'm just gonna do as many as I can that can fit between 8 to 10 and also have 1 or 2 reps. Here we go. All right, that was probably 2 good ones in the tank, maybe 3, but that's the whole point. We're gonna stay around this area for 3 full sets. Now, if that was more than that in reps in reserve, that means I have to go heavier. That set does not count. So the second exercise is the flat dumbbell bench press. Normally I actually recommend incline, but this is my block of doing flat because I don't usually do it very often. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warm up into it. My working weight is around 75, 80 pounds, so I'm gonna start off warming up at around 40. Just to warm up, get the feel of it, we're going for about 8 reps. What you want to really do, and I'm exaggerating now, is before you even press, you want to make sure that you pull your shoulders back and down and keep it there the entire time. You want it to dig and brace. You want to create a natural arch. Everybody is so afraid and they want to keep it flat. It's not what you want to do. Especially once you get stronger, you're not going to get away with it. So what you're going to do is you open up your shoulders so your pecs can allow you to move. So you're going to kick back, together, feet planted, shoulder blades down and back. So if I drive with my feet, you see how it's onto my shoulders. Now I'm gonna drive up nice and slow. So a lot of people, they wanna go like perfectly out wide. Does not work well for a lot of people's shoulders. I usually recommend I go 45 degrees to start, but it all depends on your shoulders. So for me, this is what feels best. So I'm worried about getting a good stretch, more so than just pressing up as much weight as possible, which if I were to do so, it'd be like right here. But for me, I'm trying to get a good stretch, get the most out of my workouts. You can see I'm shaking a little bit because I'm still getting warmed up. And remember, when you finish, bring your dumbbells together, bring your knees up, attach, and roll. Last warm-up set, you're gonna wanna jump up incrementally and then do less reps. You don't want to fatigue yourself out, you just wanna get the groove going to where your arms are not shaking. Get my shoulders situated, see how I'm driving into my shoulders, chest is big, drive up, feet are locked, see if I drive with my feet, I'm pretty locked in. All the way down, nice stretch. All right, and we're ready to go. Before everybody mocks me, yes, I've been lifting for, I don't know, 14, 15 years. It's been a long time. People are like, oh, you can't bench, you can't press more. It's like, man, I'm lucky I'm still pressing. I got 2 torn rotator cuffs, both subluxated, which means in and out of the shoulder. But also, if I'm moving for speed or power, then yeah, I can go 100s right now. What you'll notice is I'm extra stretching, almost doing like a half fly variation to get more stimulus to the chest. Otherwise, when I go for power, I just don't feel a thing and I'm worried about getting it up. So, here we go. Kick, kick, and then get situated. Ooh, not bad. Not bad for a first time doing it in 6, 7 months. All right, very nice good stretch too. Yee! No bangers up at this gym. Most gyms usually play hard rap, which I do not like at all. But emo rock in like the 90s, punk is great. All right, so the incline curl. So the further back you go, the harder it becomes, but your shoulders need to be very mobile. For me, this is about 30 degrees. Feels great for me. For some of you guys, maybe 75, maybe 60, but as long as you get a good stretch in the bicep or the muscle in front of the arm. Big thing here, do not let your arm or elbow come off that pad as much as you can. And trust me, when it gets hard, it picks up really fast. So you're gonna lay back, palms out, and then you're gonna curl, keep your elbows jammed into that bench. And then come down for about 2-3 second count, get a good stretch, come back up, try not to bounce as best as you can. Oh, I should have burned. 13. One. Come on. Yeah. Picks up every single time, man, but this song gets me fired up. I never had a chance. So next exercise is the Dumbbell Lateral Raise. Now everybody's shoulder is a little different. So you actually can see mine. What you want to do is you want to cut a straight line with the raise. Lean forward, and then now you want to bring it a little bit forward. I know where my angle is, so it's right here. And as you lift, you want to think about pushing your arm away as you raise, and then coming back down with the least amount of trap activation. If you go straight out, you'll notice that my trap is going to go. So you want to make sure it's at a slight angle with your elbows bent. Okay? You don't want it to bend too much, nor to be locked out. Somewhere in the middle where you're thinking about elbows to sky. Now, the biggest thing is to come down nice and slow for about 2 to 3 seconds. People can jerk as much weight as they want, but they're not using their actual their delts. All right, so here we go. Up to 15. Right, scrape, push it away. Some people like to think of it as dumping a gallon of water out at the top. But for a lot of guys that sit behind a desk all day, that's only gonna make things worse. I try to get a nice hold and come down nice and slow, because if you up weight in this, it's gonna take a while. So you might as well up reps or slow down the tempo to get more feel out of the shoulders. Oh, absolute heaters. Okay. Let's battle, baby. 2. Last one. All right, some little extra ones. Lengthen partials. Just get a little extra squeeze. So the last portion, we'll just get a little bit more out of it, because the bottom portion is actually the easiest, and the top portion is the hardest for movements like this. Woo! This exercise, the tricep extension, there's so many ways to do this. I'm focusing more on the outside, so what I'm gonna be doing is kind of keeping it tucked and then also driving it outwards towards the end, not behind. And so we get a little bit more of this. Being extra fancy. If you wanna do this correctly, the same principles apply. You just wanna come down, pull it apart, and extend, fully lock it out. Come back up for 2 or 3 seconds. So let's set up, come nice and close, pull it off the cable rack. For me, I'm gonna go out more than I'm gonna go back. So out. Big thing is not to let your shoulders round forward or jerk it whatsoever. Make sure you have full control the entire time. Forearms and elbows should touch at the top. Oh, and it's gonna start to get hard. You're not gonna wanna lock out. Make sure you do. I know some of you might come on here and be like, oh, there's better ways to do this type of tricep extension, one arm. Well, guess what? We don't have that much time. So we're trying to get this done as efficient as we can. Phew. All right, now we're towards the end. Now we're doing legs. The only reason why I set up like this is because my legs are the bigger part of my body, and so I don't prioritize it as much anymore. If this is your priority and you want to make sure your legs get bigger, put this first. So I'm doing the barbell. You don't have to do the barbell. You can do dumbbells or kettlebells, but there's no difference is the barbell is in front of you, and it has to be. Okay, so a little bit more strain on your lower back, posterior chain, but good thing, especially if you sit behind a desk all day. And so it just depends what you have. If you're not strong enough to do a barbell yet, no big deal. Just hold dumbbells or kettlebells. It's the same principle regardless. That your knees want to be slightly bent, your butt goes back, thinking as if a flashlight's in your butthole pointing up to the sky, like the bat signal. And then come back down, come back up, squeeze, and that's 1 rep. I'll show you with the barbell right now. When you set this up, make sure you have the bend to get down there. Hands just outside your knees. Small step back. Small bend in the knee. And watch as my shins stay perpendicular, as my butt is going back. And once I get a nasty stretch in my hamstrings, then I come back up. See how the bar never leaves my body? If you have a dumbbell, it'll be beside you, not in front of you. If you do it wrong, your knees will bend and your torso stays tall. Pin it to the back, down nice and slow. We're gonna go and work our way up. So I'll do 1 plate, 2 plates, 2 plates and a quarter, eventually 3 and change for our working sets. Let's get after it. All right, so now we've warmed up. Now at working weights, this is about 335 or 3 plates and a 10 each side. I'm trying to strengthen my grip, so I'm gonna use chalk instead of using a Versa grip or straps to hold the bar. And so let's get chalked up. Now a lot of gyms don't actually allow you to use real chalk, so liquid chalk would also use very well. Just make sure you rub it out and then air it out. This is real chalk, so keep it now safe. But we're gonna do it for real sets, so here we go, and be as snappy as possible. Big thing, lower back never goes, and that we wanna make sure we get the end stretch, and then we snap, squeeze, and hold. Like I said, this is what I do. Do not do the same weight as I am. Do a weight that is hard for you. All right, here we go. I'm going over under, and I alternate every time. Oh, I felt good though. I felt good. And now we got the leg extensions. So when we want to set up, is this to be as far back as possible, the pad on the top of your ankle. And you notice how this is two. Usually you only have a bar and one. And so it usually doesn't go all the way in. You're kind of like 90 degrees with your shins. So you can always get like an RX pad or something to put a pad between the shin and the actual machine pad to help you get more range of motion, get more out of the exercise. Now, the biggest thing is, if you're able to, sit back and lean back and kind of have like a straight torso into your hips. If not, this is fine too. Just make sure you're tightened up. Now, big mistake here is that you rip it through. Try to hold and squeeze at the top, come down nice and slow, and you'll see it burns like hell towards the end. All right, going for 10 to 15. So we got the reverse crunch. The bigger the decline, the harder it's going to become. So if you need to, start flat or even on the floor with a kettlebell. Now, I'm at negative 20-ish, and the point is to tuck your tailbone to bring your legs up, not the other way around. If you bring your legs up, just bring your legs up, you'll get mostly hip flexors and not your core. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Lock your hands up here on the handle, intertwine them, do whatever you need to get situated. Nice and straight. Tailbone, legs up, squeeze and hold. It might help some of you to squeeze your legs together as you do this. Now you're gonna exhale as you get to the top. Come down nice and slow. Do this correctly, and this will rip your stomach apart. Remember, it's not all about going to the top, because eventually your spine can't go any further without you just bringing up your legs. Oh God, I don't care how long I do that. That thing rips my soul apart. Oh. That's the end of my workout. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. If you want more value and more content like this, or just my daily lifestyle, follow me at coach_Chris Lee on Instagram. All right, till next time.